Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Babul Hassan. Welcome to my another new video once again. How are you everyone? I hope everyone is okay. I am also fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. In this video, I love to share the um we how can practice with ChatGPT, and I am going to practice with ChatGPT. Or the topic is I am going to discuss on the topic that is importance of learning English. Let's start it. Hello, teacher. Hello.
Hey there, how's it going?
Um, Today I would like to talk about the topic that is importance of learning English. Today I would like to talk about that is importance of learning English.
It sounds like you're speaking in Sinhala. Could you help me understand what you're asking or saying here? I'd be happy to assist.
And you know, English is international language, so um, so we can communicate English. It is necessary for learning.
English is widely recognized as a professional and global language. It's used in business, academia, and international communication, making it essential for many people to learn and use proficiently. Were you thinking about something specific regarding English as a professional language?
Yes, English is a professional and international language, and by learning English language, we can communicate with world people, and we can communicate with world. So it is necessary for learning, for education purpose, for our communication, improve our communication, and so on. So it is necessary for us.
You're absolutely right. English opens so many doors globally, from education and career opportunities to connecting with people from diverse cultures. It really helps in expanding perspectives and improving communication skills. Plus, being proficient in English boosts confidence, especially in professional settings. What motivates you the most to keep improving your English skills?
uh, I motiv- I motivate for learning English, that is we can communicate with all people easily. So English is an international language. If we know English, if we learn English properly, we can communicate with all people. We can communicate with world. So it is easy for me if we learn English.
That's a fantastic motivation. Knowing English truly does make it easier to connect with people from different parts of the world. It breaks down barriers and opens up opportunities for friendships, work, and learning. Plus, the more you practice, the more natural and confident you'll feel using it. What parts of English do you find most enjoyable or interesting to learn?
Yes, I find learning English very interesting for me, and I practice. I try to practice English with ChatGPT, and I try to regular learn vocabulary from YouTube channels, and practice. Try to practice regularly and use those vocabulary. And make a sentence and use and use those sentence in our daily conversation. So learning English is not difficult if we learn in the right way. So in our common, it is a language. So we have to take English as a language. It is not only subject but also language. What do you think?
Exactly. Treating English as a practical language instead of just a subject makes it easier to learn. Using vocabulary in daily conversations is a fantastic approach because it keeps the learning process natural and relevant. It's great that you're practicing fluency this way. Do you have any favorite vocabulary words or phrases you've learned recently?
Yes, my favorite advanced vocabulary that is magnificent, and it means very good. Another most important advanced vocabulary that is scrumptious. It means delicious. Another advanced vocabulary that is um, um, uh, uh, and so on. So I cannot remember that is hold my horses. It means I cannot wait. Um, uh, um, uh, that is.
Those are some great choices. Magnificent is perfect for describing something impressive or beautiful, and scrumptious is such a fun descriptive word for delicious food. I can see you're building a strong vocabulary. And hold my thoughts is an interesting expression. It feels like you're asking someone to pause or wait on something specific. Would you like any help remembering other words you've been learning?
Actually, there are lots of advanced vocabulary I have written from an podcast video and other video. So those vocabulary help me in daily life conversation, and I try to make a lots of sentence about those vocabulary. That is reflect. Another most important advanced vocabulary that is reflect. It means think deeply and careful about. For example, I have to reflect about my career, right? I have another that is we have to reflect about the matter. So it is important for us, and so on among them, like this. So this vocabulary also important. Another important vocabulary that is thrive. THRIV thrive. It means develop and develop.
Powerful collection of advanced vocabulary and phrases that reflect growth and self improvement. Those are great tools, especially if you're focusing on topics like career development and personal transformation. Templates are
We can continue our conversation. So we can continue our conversation.
Of course. I'd love to continue. Is there any specific topic you'd like to discuss? Or should we keep talking about vocabulary and personal growth?
And we can uh, we can talk about that is how can we learn
Sure.
English
Dive into
as a beginner.
Do you want to explore more vocabulary? Talk about your goals. Or maybe share some experiences you've had while learning English?
I want to share my experience. How have I learned English? And it my journey was fantastic. When I start my journey, and I was very weak in English. Actually, I cannot speak English properly in front of people. So I was very nervous. I felt very nervous. When I deliver my speech, when I present in front of people, so it was very tough for me. I cannot speak a single word in front of people for my shyness and nervousness. And when I start my journey, when I start my learning English, I listening a lot. So I listening a lot. I try to speak in front of camera. I try to speak about many topics.
Speaking in public, especially in a second language. It's impressive that you push through those feelings. Listening a lot is such an effective way to improve your skills. It helps you get used to the flow of the language and pick up new vocabulary and expressions. What kinds of things did you listen to?
Yes, that is, you are right. So, listening is most important for learning English. So, it is a language. So, we have learning any language is first step is listening, right? So, by listening, we can listening is first step for learning any language. Not only English, but also any language you have to if you want to learn any language you have to fast you have to face you have to follow fast step, that is listening. By listening you can acquire we can learn any language easily by listening the language, right? So we have to listening the native speaker of the native speaker of the language. So there are available of native speaker on YouTube. There are many native speaker on YouTube that are like as English Tiffany. So and other most important most famous native speaker, so they're available on the YouTube.
You're absolutely correct. Listening is a key part of language learning, and it helps you grasp pronunciation, intonation, and natural speech patterns. Following native speakers on platforms like YouTube is a great way to immerse yourself in the language. Tiffany is a fantastic resource, and it's wonderful that you found valuable speakers to learn from. Have you noticed any specific improvements in your English since you started focusing on listening?
Yes, I notice my improvement. I notice that I have developed my pronunciation. I have developed my understanding, listening. I am firstly when I was beginner, I could not understand listening. What the native speaker said, so I can understand the speech of native speaker easily, and I can I can speak any topic freely. Now today's I can easily speak any topic about any topic easily. So it is possible for listening a lot in English. So it is only possible for listening a lot.
That's amazing progress. It's impressive that you've gone from struggling with comprehension to confidently speaking on any topic. It really shows the power of consistent listening practice. It also helps you think more quickly in English, which is key for fluid conversation. Are there any particular topics you enjoy discussing the most?
Well, we can also discuss on the topic that is how can we improve our vocabulary in English.
That's a great topic. Improving vocabulary can really enhance your speaking and writing skills. One effective way is to read widely, whether it's books, articles, or even watching shows in English. You can also keep a vocabulary journal to note down new words and their meanings. Using those words in sentences helps reinforce your learning. What methods do you currently use to expand your vocabulary?
Yes, vocabulary is most important for learning English. I try to read a lot. Reading book is most important for improving vocabulary. Another that is I listen and podcast. I listen native speaker speech and try to note their advanced vocabulary, and I try to make a sentence on those vocabulary and use those sentence in our daily conversation. This has helped me a lot for improve our vocabulary. And we can also read newspaper is those actually newspaper are the in newspaper daily used daily necessary words, important words are used in daily newspaper. So we can easily pick up those important vocabulary and try to make a sentence on this.
That's a solid strategy. Reading various materials like books, newspapers, and listening to podcasts really exposes you to a wide range of vocabulary. It's great that you're actively making sentences with new words. That's one of the best ways to reinforce what you learn. Plus, newspapers often reflect current language usage and topics, which can make your vocabulary more relevant. Do you have any favorite podcasts or articles that you find especially helpful?
Yes, my most important and favorite podcast.
podcasts or articles? I'd love to
I
hear about it.
I love to share my favorite podcast. The most important speaker, that is Erika. So Erika is most famous speaker of podcast, and also the speaker. Marco and Erica, both of you, the most important speaker, famous speaker in podcast. They they share the many topic. They discuss on many topic in podcast. Though we can listen their podcast, and they use their in their podcast most important advanced vocabulary on the topic related, so we can easily pick up the topic related vocabulary, and we can gather many information about the topic. Not only vocabulary, we can also gather many information about the topic.
That sounds like a fantastic podcast. Erica and Marco must offer valuable insights, especially with their focus on topic related vocabulary. It's great that you're able to gather both vocabulary and information from their discussion.
হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ বলো। হ্যাঁ বলো। So I have already discussed on the topic importance of learning English with ChatGPT. So you can see that how can you practice with ChatGPT easily. So you can find the native speaker. It is bonus point. You can improve your pronunciation like the native speaker. You can imitate the native speaker speech and easily improve your pronunciation, and you can gather many information about the topic, and you can easily pick up most important advanced vocabulary that you likes, and you can follow the structure of native speaker. So that's help you improve your learning English, improve your language learning. So that's all about it. Thank you so much.